Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. I'm going to use this because I have no idea where I put my phone. But let's take a look here. Okay. I'm currently 5.4, and I stood at this point before lunch too. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, I found out something neat on this pump. If I go, I think that's the side. Like that, it shows that I'm 89%. And if I go down, it tells where I am. Today, 2%. So for half an hour today, I was above range. And what is it, 89% in normal? Gotta take a look here. 9% low. But I was in SmartGuard for 100%. Yeah. What I want to discuss in today's video is Control Day. Da-da-da. The excitement is building. I can tell that you're all excited about it. Let's discuss it. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Press the like symbol if you enjoyed any part of this video. Thank you. Control Day. It's hard to come up with one day where everyone's going to have everything perfect and it's going to be wonderful. Well, I'm being realistic. That's not going to happen. However, it gives you time to get ready to start taking care of your blood sugar. Getting whatever logging device you want to use. If you're with Medtronic, it would be Carolink. And you want to make sure that that's working. You want to go and have a discussion with your doctor. Number one thing to do. Don't go into this blindly. Talk to a dietitian. Yes, we all hate to talk to dietitians because it's all the same. Oh, you can't have this, you can't have that. The dietitian I had here is actually quite knowledgeable. Could come that her brother, I think, has type 1 diabetes. But you need to get someone like that on YouTube. Your pharmacist. After you see your doctor, your pharmacist. Make sure you get all the supplies that you're going to need. Your doctor may want you to go get blood tests. From now until March 17th, you have time to do all of this. I would like you to take a look at my playlist, Back to Basics, and start following these. Now, you want all the okays in place. And the okays first starts here. You have to make sure that you are ready to go with this. Just because, okay, yes, we're going to do it, and yes, you're going to follow, is sort of a great way, but the first time you get a blood sugar that is out of whack, a lot of people will just drop off. And you can't do that. You have to make sure you continue with the program, make corrections, and carry on. If something that you discussed with your doctor about the plan and working with this device isn't working for you, talk to your doctor. I know I can email my endocrinologist, and really I could talk to any of the endocrinologists that work out of my local hospital. My pharmacist knows that I'm under tight control and trying to where my blood sugar should be. And people forget that pharmacists are so much more. They have a lot more knowledge, but as diabetics, we seem to think it's your doctor, the dietitian, and yourself. How about adding the pharmacist as the fourth, and we'll get to the fifth in just a moment. But make sure your pharmacist knows what you're doing. And he or she may have success and allowing you to reach your goals. A lot of time people get discouraged, and you've got to be able to have someone you can talk to about it. If you have a couple of days of being high all the time, well, maybe it's time to speak to your doctor again. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion, but also listen. So often I've heard diabetics say, well, my doctor says I'm not allowed to. And in fact, the doctor probably said something along those lines. Right now, we're going to concentrate on this, but the message that you're hearing doesn't allow that. Ask your dietitian. Let's go through it now. When you get to your doctor, you want to discuss, am I on the right medication? What's my ratings in this? What sort of prescription plans do I need or not need? But how much insulin should I be taking? You may decide to start with us on March 17th, which would be great. And if you decide you've gone to see your doctor, your pharmacist, your dietitian, there's four. Doctor, pharmacist, dietitian, and there was one other. Oh, and the fifth would be diabetic nurse. Get an open conversation. Have an appointment with them. It's another great support. If you know of a diabetic support group, and I know there's technical terms for everything, and oh my god, but a lot of these support groups are like sitting down, have a cup of coffee, and discuss how the diabetes is going. Little tricks they've learned, or tricks is probably not, but ways that they dealt with highs, quick ways to deal with the lows, how to use the new inhalable glucagon. You need to make sure everything's in order. So what you need to do first, make an appointment with your doctor. Go in there and say, I'm going to start to take care of my diabetes better than I have. Let's discuss plans. Let's discuss insulin delivery, how to treat low blood sugars, sick day plans. This should be done at least once every 6 months. After you go that, your doctor should hopefully give you update prescriptions for your insulin, for your pump equipment. You also want to take a look at taking the prescriptions that your doctor has, that your doctor has given you, taking them to the pharmacy, getting them filled as soon as you can. If you don't have a dietitian, speak to your doctor and say, you know what, I really could use a dietitian. I want to just speak to them. And when you sit down with the dietitian, ask, if I go low, how do I treat it? What's the best way for me to treat a low? What happens if I'm high? You need to learn how to discuss these points. Your diabetic nurse or educator doesn't necessarily have to be a nurse. But this is someone that's going to learn and develop with you. Don't be closed-minded about diabetes care. Oh, I know everything. That's the worst thing you can do. And I kind of hated when I got my first pump. This is years ago. And I went for training, and it was sort of like, well, you've been a diabetic for years. Let's just race right through this. And, I felt like I'd never really had this kind of pump before. I didn't know how to do things, and yet I kind of felt like it was being pushed out of the door. Make sure before you go to the next step that you understand everything. One point I did forget to mention with your pharmacist, discuss costs. And is there any way we can take a look at what is needed? You can do this. So, the idea, what is this idea? Control day is sort of like we can all wake up on the 17th and of March and go and just start implementing the plan. It could be that you're just going to take a look at your insulin, you're going to take a look at your exercise, and all of this should be in line. And that's where you're going to have more success. Be open to learning. All these, I'm asking you to go speak to all of these professionals to update your knowledge and to be ready to go. We have just a little over 2 months before Control Day happens. So be ready and let's get ready to go. I'll have a couple more videos getting us ready for Control, but take a look back at my Back to Basics, and that's a good starting point. From there, you can take a look at Diabetes Canada or your local diabetes chapter. In the States, it's American Diabetes Association, NIS. In Britain, there's Juvenile Diabetes, JDF. There's a whole bunch of sites. Even the Mayo Clinic has a great access. Let's get prepared. Let's get ready to go. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Thank you. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.